This is training for Office 365. And before I start the training, just want to say a few things. Oh, okay. All right. So the first thing I want to say is, why are we doing the training? Can you hear me? All right. So why are we doing this training? I think everybody got the email from Eric that you're supposed to be migrating from our current system that you're using, especially the document storage, that is the Z drive, and also everything else, email. You're going to move away from Google stuff to Microsoft Office 365. So that's why you have to do the training now. I'm not sure exactly when the migration is going to take place. It could be next week, but I think it's the next few weeks. I'm not sure exactly when. So you have to do the training now. All right, so why are we going into Office 365 instead of the rest? What I could say is that Office 365 is it's a collection of softwares by Microsoft that is used for office productivity, like the way you use Excel, PowerPoint, Word, sending emails, but it has many other features in it because it's based on the cloud. It's cloud computing. It's out in the cloud. So because of that, there are many benefits to it compared to what you've been using. For example, the Z drive that we've been using, all the equipment we have is in the premise, in the office, which makes it a bit more expensive to maintain. You need a lot of staff, IT staff to maintain it and handle it, which becomes very expensive. But when you're using software that is in the cloud, the way this one is in the cloud means that we don't, all the system, the database, the emails, they are not hosted inside in our office. It's all up there on the internet. You just access it through the internet. So basically, it means you don't need all those expensive equipment. You don't need the servers. You don't need to have an email server. You don't need to have file servers. You know, all those expensive. A file server could cost almost $3,000, just one. And you need maybe like 4. And then you're not talking about the maintenance and IT staff. It becomes very expensive. So if it's in the cloud, normally with the cloud system, it's very cheap because you're actually subscribing to the service. You pay monthly depending on how many people are using it. For example, Office 365 for non-profits, they also get a discount. Maybe you pay like $2 a month and you can have all these applications, Microsoft Office, Excel, and many other benefits. The other benefit of using the cloud is that it's more secure. You know, if everything is within the premise, all our emails and records becomes very insecure because, first of all, you don't have very trained IT experts. They're very expensive to have. So basically, they're just sitting there, and anybody can hack us. There's nothing you can do. You know. So when they're in the cloud, the security and safety of everything of our records is being taken care by Microsoft. And Microsoft is a huge organization. They've invested a lot of infrastructure in it, so at least you're confident that everything is secure. The other thing about the cloud technology is that there is what is called collaboration and sharing of information. So it's easier to share. You know, like if you're working on a document, you can share the same document with other people, and you can be working on the same document at the same time, both in the office and outside the office. So it's very good for that. And lastly, you can work from anywhere, you know, because it's in the cloud. You can work from home, you can work in the office, you can even work while traveling in a train or in a plane. You can open your document, do some editing on it, and then when you go back to the office, you find your document is there. You can open it, and it's the same document with all the updates. So it's very useful. All right. Okay. And normally, the way it just works like Google. It just works like Google apps that you've been using. The same kind of stuff. Right? So you might ask yourself, okay, so if it's the same as Google apps, why are you moving to Office 365 instead of just continuing using Google stuff? And what I can say about that is that I think it's because, first of all, you have a familiar environment. Your operating system is Windows, and we've been using for a long time. You've used to using Office application like Excel, so it's more familiar and easy to understand and use instead of going to something new. So what does this mean? It means that after the migration, if it's next week or after, there will be no more Z drive. So everything is going to be moved to Microsoft Office 365 in the cloud. Most likely there'll be no Google Drive. So if you store your documents on Google Drive, that one will be no more. So you'll not be using those calendars and um, and the Google Docs and Google Sheets will be done away with that. Everything will be on the Microsoft 365 cloud. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is about this class. So this class is supposed to be 2 hours or less. That means I'm not going to be training on everything that is available on that product. We're just going to trade on 2 specific items that are very important we'll be using. Otherwise, the rest maybe we'll train later or as we roll them out. All right, so you can just start the actual training, and you have everything in the document. Okay. Any questions before I continue? Any question? It looks long, but it's going to end in a few minutes. Not that long. So this is the front page. Just start from that page, and then you just go page by page. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do from that page that has the table of contents, I'm going to introduce Office 365, and then we go to OneDrive for businesses, and then you go to what is called SharePoint Online, and then after that I'll compare OneDrive for business and SharePoint, and then we'll do a review, and that will be it. So I've already told you what Office 365 is. I'm not going to repeat that. We'll just go ahead and show you a demonstration of how it looks like and how it works. Okay. So normally what happens every time you want to use this application, because it's on the cloud, the first thing you go to the website and log in. That should be page 1.3, interface and navigation. Hmm? Yes, 1.3. All right, so I want you to go to office.com, that website, office.com. Yes, on your computer. Go to the browser, Google. All right, what do you see? All right, so when you go to office.com, what happens is that office.com is the link that everybody uses to log in. So it looks like Career Link also uses the same thing. That's why you're seeing that page. So just click here at the bottom, click on back, so you can get a fresh page to log in. And then you click on use another account. office.com. Also, you use your regular email address as the username, your regular email address, and then you can try the password welcome, or if that doesn't work, try WCNP 2017. What? So just like the way every day you come to the office, you go to your Google account and log in, it's the same thing that you're doing here. So once you log in on this screen, this is the home page of Office 365, and from here you can go to any other application that you'll be using. So I just want to, I think you can see the applications there. The first one is Mail. That's what you'll be using for sending and receiving emails. Basically, it's Outlook, but they call it Mail here, but it's just Outlook. And then we have Calendar, which is also for calendaring, just like the one that you use, Google Calendars. And then we have People. People basically is just like contact list that you can use to send and receive emails. If you have you want to send somebody an email, instead of searching it, you can just go to People, search the name of the person, click on it, and then you can send an email from there. It's kind of tied to Mail or Outlook. And then we have Yammer. So Yammer, because this application was designed for collaboration, Yammer is like a social networking site for businesses. Just like the way Facebook works, you can open it and then you can be chatting with people in the office. You can send updates. You can share documents and pictures, and it's real time. Just like Facebook for chatting. And then we have a news feed. This normally you can just have it there so that you can get news when you log in. If maybe there's some announcement from the welcoming center or somebody wants to post an announcement, or it could be news from other websites, you'll be seeing them there. And then we have OneDrive. So the OneDrive is the most important application that you're going to be looking at today, because this is what you'll be using immediately after the migration. That's what you'll be using every day to find your documents. And then we have SharePoint, also is another important application that you'll be using every day, also to find your documents. The other application that is available is called Planner. Planner is basically for project management. If you want to use project management application, you use Planner. And then we have what is called Tasks. I'm not going to click on it because you're not going to train on that today. So Task is just for like an application for to-do list. You can create your own to-do list and get reminders and stuff like that. And then there's Delve. Delve is also an application that you use for searching. It's like Google search, but for the office. You can go in there, and in one screen, you can search for everything that you have in the office. Emails, in one place, emails, documents. You put a keyword, and you can see everything show up. And then, of course, we have Office 2016 applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. And then we have Sway. Sway is also an application that you can use to create like a blog, like a website that is private. If you're an instructor, you can create a website for your students, share information, or you can just create a website for your own department like IPP or case management. And then I'll skip these other ones, are not that important. You won't be able to, you won't be dealing with them. Bookings, I also found that it's a very useful application because you can use it to do two things. If you have equipment in the office that you want to have a system for people to book the equipment, do reservation for the equipment, that's what you use. Yes, like there's classroom, it has two parts, booking rooms and booking equipment. So it's designed just for that. So it's better than using calendar for booking classrooms and conference rooms. It's just designed for that because you'll have like a calendar with a classroom, and then when you go into that classroom, you can see all the hours, blocks of hours that you can just click one and reserve it, and then the person who's supposed to take care of that class will get an email. And also, you can use it for reserving time for meetings. For example, for case managers, if you want to, you can create your own schedule there when you'll be meeting with clients, or maybe for intake. And then they can just go and click on what time they want to meet you, and you make an appointment. All right, so those are the most important ones. I'll not go into the rest. So as I said, today you're going to look at OneDrive and SharePoint. Those are the ones that I'll train on. So let's click on OneDrive and see what it is. It's called OneDrive for Business because you can have your own other personal. Okay, so what is going to happen during the migration is that all those applications that you saw there, they won't be rolled out right away, maybe later on. But the two that will be rolled out and to be using is OneDrive for Business and SharePoint. OneDrive for Business is basically an application. It's used for document storage. That's why you'll be storing your documents. And these are not just any documents, these are personal work documents. So if you've got any personal work documents that you don't want to share with other people yet, you store them on OneDrive. It's like the documents that you have on your personal computer on the C drive.
Documents that are on our
Yes.
on our PC,
Yes.
not on the server.
Yes. So that's what it's meant for, OneDrive. It's not for shared documents. It's not for Z drive. This is just for personal. So everything you put there, you're the only one who has access to it, nobody else. Unless you want to share with them, they won't see it. Right. And this just works like any file storage service. You can see that when you click in on the left on the menu, you can see files. So that's why you click on files. Then when you click on file, right in the middle, you can see your folders and your actual documents. Right. And then you have the button that says recent. If you click on that button, what happens is that any recent files that you worked with, you'll see them listed there. And then we have shared with me. If you click on that, if there's anybody shared files with you, that's why they'll be listed and you can open them. Discover is just for searching documents also. And we have recycle bin. Everything you delete goes in there. All right, so let's go back to files and see what can you do on this. One of the things that you can do is you can create new files here. You can create files. So if I want to create, let's say for example, I want to create a Word document, I just click on new at the top. You see? So you click on new, and then you can either create a folder or you can create a Word document. So let's try to click on folder. So click on folder. And then it gives you a little window where you can type the name of the folder. Folder is where you'll be storing your files.
Is there a way to navigate without pressing the back button? Because when I open a new document, I couldn't figure out how to get back to the OneDrive.
Right now, no. You have to click the back. So you can type a folder name there, like new folder. Click on OK or create, and then you'll see the folder shows up there, the new folder. And then you can, if you want to, let's say, rename the folder, you gave it the wrong name, you click right here. Next to it, you highlight it, and then you go to at the top, you'll see all the commands that you can use. You just click on rename, and then you type in a new name. New folder 2. Then you change it. All right. If you want, you can delete it. Just check it there, and then click on delete. Then confirm, the folder will be deleted. Okay. All right, so let's try to create a document. Right click inside that white space there, and then you can either right click and click on new, or you can just go to the top, click on new, and then Word document. So notice what happens when you click on one Word document. It launches an online Word application. It looks almost the same as the one that is installed on your computer, but this one doesn't have as many features. So you can type your document there, and then once you are done, you click on File and Save. Save As, and then just click on Save As. Give it a name, and then click on Save. All right, so you just created a document there, Word document. And then just go back. Click on back at the arrow that takes you back. Okay, if you don't have to click on that back document, you can click on, you see those the squares at the top left hand side? That's like the homepage launcher. You can click on that and you go back to the main page with all the apps. Or you can click on Office 365 at the top. It will take you there. So those two buttons at the top are very important. The Office 365 is the button you can click on, and the little squares there is also a button you can click on to go back to the main page. So if you're on the main page, let's go back to OneDrive.
Question, if you accidentally delete a folder or a document, where do they go and how do you retrieve those?
All right, I'll show you in a minute.
Ignore. I did.
So now we're supposed to go from here?
Yes, you go there. If you click in here, and then you can click on new.
Where?
Click on new.
New?
And then you can create a folder like that.
Right. Well, that's what I did. I created the folder.
Yes.
And I have a folder.
Okay, so if you want
And
to.
I created a document.
Okay, so that's it.
Okay.
And then you can open it and edit it.
Okay.
Yes.
So then I'm done with that.
Yes, you're done
Now
with
where
that.
are we going?
Okay, so now, okay, let's go. Let's do something else. Okay, she was asking about what happens when you delete a file. Where does it go to? So when you delete a file or a folder here, it goes to recycle bin, just like the way on your computer when you delete a file goes to the recycle bin. So at the left on the main you will see recycle bin. Let's just click on one of these documents and then delete it. So I click on that on the left, put a check mark on it, and then at the top click on delete, and then confirm that you want to delete. All right, then you click on recycle bin on the left, and then you can see the deleted folders and files. So what happens when you delete folders and files and they're going in here, they stay there for 93 days. So that gives you an opportunity to take it back if you want. So you can put a check mark there and click on restore at the top. So if you click on restore, it goes back and you can use it. If you click on delete inside the recycle bin, that means it's gone forever. You can't get it back. And if you leave all the stuff there, after 93 days, they'll be automatically be deleted permanently and you can't find them again. So, yes?
I got a message that it wasn't deleted. Is that because we shared it?
Because you shared, or it was open, maybe it was open, you had it open on another window. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else you can do with OneDrive. Okay, so with OneDrive, you can also upload your documents into OneDrive from your computer. So first of all, you select the folder where you want to put in your documents. For example, I can click on that test folder or the folder that you just created. And then at the top, you see there's upload. You click on upload. Then it will ask you, do you want to upload files or folders? Then you click on, I want to upload files. Click on files. And then it takes you to your Windows computer, your drives. And then you can select where the files are. Let's say it's on the desktop folder. So you click on desktop. So you can click on that file and then click on upload, it will be uploaded in there. You can also do the same thing for folders. So that's how you upload document here. That's the simplest way. There are many other ways you can do it, but this is the simplest way of doing it. And you can also select many files or documents and click on open, it will upload all of them.
Then how do I put this into the folder?
You can try to drag it.
Oh, there it
Yes,
goes. I had, didn't take it though.
drag it and move it there. Okay, you can also highlight it there, and then go to move. Click here, move to.
Oh, okay. Got
Yes,
it.
and then you can click on the folder.
The folder. Got it.
Then it should be moved.
Can I ask you, after you do the upload and this is opening, what happens here?
Oh, here you just pick a file.
I have to pick a file and
Yes, and then click on open. Then it will be uploaded. All right, so I'm sorry I have to go a little bit faster because you're almost running out of time. All right, so the other thing that you can do, you can download files from OneDrive into your computer, or maybe if you have a flash drive you want to copy the files into, you can use the download button. You select a file like that, click on download, and then you can see here the file has been downloaded at the bottom left side. And then you can
Can we link the Office from my computer to the OneDrive? So Dropbox, can we use the documents in our computer?
yes,
We will always cloud.
do that on computer.
Oh, and it will change and save in the
Yes,
cloud.
yes.
Okay.
I'll mention that in a few minutes. You're good there? All right, so I think basically the most important thing is for you to know how to navigate around here. A lot of things are just like, you can just look at the name and you can figure out how to use it. Very intuitive. The other thing that you can do at the top is you can share files. If you want to share a file with someone else, you just check the file or you check the folder, and then you click on select a file and then click on share at the top. This is very useful. You can click on share, and then once you click on share, you've got options there. You can either decide to share with everyone in the organization, or you can type a name of the person you want to share with. When you type a name, you will see a list of people will come up. Then you can select the one that you want to share with. So let me try. All right. And then you click on send, and it will send a link to that email address. The person can open it, can click on the link and open the document and either view it or edit it. And also when you're sharing, you get an option to decide whether they can just view it or they can also edit. You can make that decision there. So that's a very important feature. Okay, there are many other operations that you can do. You can rename files. You can click on a file and click on copy link and go to your email address and compose a new email and paste it and send it. And the last thing that I want to mention before you go to the next item is that if you click on Office 365 at the top left hand side, and then you notice here at the top right hand side it says install Office 2016. So that means if you don't have Office 2016 in your computer, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you can click there and install it. It's free. It's already, no, it's not free, but it's already paid for by the organization. It's already paid for by the organization, by the Welcoming Center. So you just click and install on your laptop. And you can install up to 5 different computers. So you can install it in your office computer. You can go home and install it at home on your computer and on the laptop. So you have got 5 licenses there you can install. Right? So, but it will only work as long as you still work here and you have that email address. If you don't work with the Welcoming Center anymore, your email address maybe is disabled, then you won't be able to access your documents, you can't access your files. You'll be able to use that Office, but you might not be able to get upgrades and stuff like that. So it won't really work properly. Okay, so I won't do that right now. I just wanted to mention that. And then the other thing is that if you have Office 2016 or 2013 installed on your computer, when you go to open a Word document, or you go to OneDrive and click on open a Word document or create a Word document, it will give you an option. You will see a pop-up screen that asks you if you want to use the application that is online on the browser, or you want to use the one is installed on your computer. Then you can pick the one that you want. Make sense? It just comes up automatically when you open a file. You see, when I open a file, it just opens the one that is online, the browser. But if you have it installed on the computer, it will give you an option which one you want to use. All right, so that's it about OneDrive. Yes?
How can I move documents from shared with me into the folder I created in the file section?
All right, so you can, if you want to move files, you click on it like that.
But the ones from shared with me, I don't see
Let me
them
see.
yet.
All right, so try to, I don't have a shared document. I try to click on it, and then you should see some buttons at the top that says move to. And then when you click on move to, it should give you a list of folders that you have that you can move.
From Nordhaus?
It did?
I did, and from Jennifer Ginsburg. All right, lucky girl. Under shared with me.
There was no option to move it
I'm sorry?
when you go back.
All right, so I'll close Hello Doc,
Okay, highlight it.
highlight this.
Yes. And then you can't move it. Oh, it doesn't look like you can move it to a folder. No,
Weird.
no.
So how do you combine, you know what I mean? Like if we're sharing documents, how do you add them to the one folder?
I have to find out. I don't see that option right now.
Remove from shared list? Does that delete?
Yeah, that will remove it from there. I think also, yeah, you can. I have to find out. I have to check and see how you can do that. So it's already in there, so you can always find it and open it.
So do we have to create two separate organizing files?
What?
Like two separate folder categories for shared?
Could you do it as
I have to check. I have to check. And then most likely, what you are seeing there is not the actual file; it's just a link.
Right.
So maybe there's another way of categorizing it, like putting tags and stuff like that.
You want them all in one place.
Yeah. I'll find out if there's a way of organizing them.
Yeah. See, when I'm using my file setting, I'm in the folder.
Yes?
If I have documents on my drive, how to like move them to OneDrive?
Yes, you can do that by.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so
And the
you're in the OneDrive now.
Yeah.
You click on Upload,
Oh,
and then click on Files. All right, so you have the files on your computer here.
oh,
You can click on the file and then click on Open, then it will upload it.
okay.
Yeah. Well. Okay, so that's it about OneDrive. Let's go back to the main home page. I mean the main app launcher. You click on Office 365 at the top. And then now let's go to the the last topic, which is SharePoint. Click on SharePoint. So the guide that I gave you can go to this page for SharePoint. I think it's page 21.
So which page are we on?
Page slide 22. Page 22. It says, what is SharePoint Online? Yeah, the number is at the bottom right hand corner, but it's very faint.
SharePoint Online?
Yes, SharePoint Online. Okay. 22. And then click on Office 365 at the top left hand side to go to the main page, and then click on SharePoint. There's a screen there. You can click on the X. You can click on that X to remove that.
This one again?
The X.
This X. Okay.
That one only shows up the first time to give you some. Click on the X.
Where we want to be right now?
Yes, click on the X to remove it.
I'm there, it's fine. I'm just reading.
Okay. Okay, so what is SharePoint Online? Okay, so SharePoint, I just want to use very simple way of explaining it, but it's a complex application that is part of Office 365, but it has a lot of features on its own. And SharePoint is like like an intranet or a website which has got a lot of other functions there for managing documents and finding information in the organization. Some of the things that you can do is it's like when you go in there, it's like a website that has got many other smaller websites, and each department will have its own like a little website or a little SharePoint, and they are called team sites. Therefore, you can have them as teams. So when you come to this page, it's supposed to show you all the smaller SharePoint sites that you have. Maybe you have one for each department. You'll see them here. So what I want you to do on the left side, click on Welcoming Center, Team Site at the bottom. So this is the main site for everybody. Everybody has access to that. So when you come here, then you will see all the things that you can do on SharePoint. So what can you do on this page? Okay, the most important thing that you have to do here on this page is you see the documents link on the left side where it says documents. Click on that. Documents. And this is where it's called document library in SharePoint. It's called a document library, and it's for managing documents. So you'll be having documents there that you can open and create documents just like just like what we saw on OneDrive. But the difference is that this section is files that are shared with everybody in the organization. So the Z drive, this is where you should find it.
So under documents, that's for the list of Z drive?
Yes.
That's going to show us everything that's on Z drive?
Yes. So that's it's like the network shared drive, Z drive. So if you go to OneDrive, it's personal files. If you come to SharePoint documents library, that's where you'll find the files that are shared with everybody. So that means if you click in here and create a folder or a file, everybody in the organization will see it and can edit it. All right. And you can create folders there and subfolders, and you can create files and documents. You can, at the top, you can click on the where it says new, and just like on OneDrive, you can create folders and you can create documents. So I'm not going to repeat it because you already looked at that. You can click on upload and upload files and folders from your computer into this documents library. You can select a file and delete it. You can select a file and share it or move it to another folder. You can rename it. You can put an alert so that if somebody makes any changes on that document, you get an email alerting you that something has changed. You can share it with other people. It also has a recycle bin, so if you delete a document here, you see it in the recycle bin, or you can either restore it, or you can delete it permanently, or you can just leave it there, and after 93 days it will go. It will be permanently deleted. So it's just like OneDrive. You can download files, you can upload files into it. You can create documents, delete documents, rename documents. It's all in here. Let's see. The most important thing to remember here is that this will be like the Z drive. All files will be shared, will be in there. So if you click on documents, you see the main drive, the main folder. Okay, so I'm assuming that whoever will be moving their files in there from the Z drive might create folders just like the way they are on the Z drive and put them in the different folders in here. But you're not the one who will have to do this. Someone else will do it and transfer all those files and bring them here. Okay. Just I want you to explore it a little bit and see what's in there. Okay, so let's go back to that page 22 on this document.
What's at the top of it? We don't have page numbers, so tell us what the
Oh, at
heading
the
is.
3.1.
Sorry?
3.1. What is? Yes, very hard to see. Yes, okay.
Oh, now I see the number.
Okay, it's very faint.
I put the, yeah, the right there.
Okay, so what I was saying is that what I said is that when you click on SharePoint at the top, click on SharePoint at the top, it takes you back to the main page, landing page for SharePoint. And here you should see a list of, as I said, the SharePoint, the main site that you saw there, you can have smaller sites for different departments, and they all just work the same way. So for example, on the left, I can see okay, let's just go back to the main site. Click on the team site. Go back to the Welcoming Center team site. If you had smaller sites for different departments and you click on it, it will just look like this. The only difference is that at the top, it will have a different name. Instead of Welcoming Center team site, it will say maybe Business Center, or to say Administration, or to say Managers, or it could be other department like Training. So the other thing that you can do here, apart from the document library, you can create pages. You see what it says page there? You can have pages. An admin will create other pages, like a website page that has got different kind of content, maybe articles or link to the internet, other websites and stuff like that. So those are called like web parts. You can also have, you saw that on the main Office 365 page, you had like calendars and mail and all those other applications. You can create links here, and you can see like a dashboard where you can see links to all the calendars that you have in the office. They'll be here. So it can act like a dashboard.
Sam, how do you delete a site?
How do you delete a site?
Yeah. How do you what? Delete a site if you create a site.
Well, if you create a site, you should be able to delete it. But yesterday we tried to delete one and it didn't go away.
Can't figure it out. 'Cause I made two.
You created one?
I created two. I want to delete one of them.
Okay.
I didn't feel like waiting.
Go to the site, click on it, and then
I mean, we just spent the last 5 minutes.
and then
I deleted all the sections.
oh, you do the sections.
All we could figure out how to do.
Click on edit.
I tried the site settings.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, I have to check that. Yesterday we did that. I was able to delete it, maybe because I have an admin account. Maybe if you don't have an admin account, you can create it, but you might not be able to delete it.
Can I just rename this do not use?
All right, so you can also create sites too. Well, here you can have, as I said, you can have a dashboard, links to different parts, to different applications that you have in the office. All right, so I think you're done. Any questions? So this is just the basics. There's a lot of other stuff that can be done.
Students now.
So yes, you have to practice. So on this SharePoint can be customized and be made to look very different. Like it can be branded and look like have logos for the welcoming center and stuff like that. I guess that will be done later. But this is how it looks like, fresh from Microsoft. And then let me answer. There's one more thing that I have to say. All right. So if you go to the last page, yes. Hmm?
Who will be graduating? Last page means graduation.
Now go to the one that says 4.1.
4.1.
Yes, desktop client.
Which one?
Hmm? This one says desktop client and cloud sync application.
Which number is it?
4.1 at the top. I just want to explain what it is.
Okay.
All right. So, Andre, you asked me a question about the OneDrive and the SharePoint document library. They are all online. Can you be working on stuff on your computer? This is the answer. There's a application that has to be installed on your computer, and everything will look like it's in your computer. If you click on Windows here, and then go to Files, Windows Explorer, you will see all your documents and folders there on the left, just like a regular. You should see them here. You know, just like when you go to computer, you click on Start and go to File, you will see all your folders there. So basically, you can set it up in such a way that the folders look like they are in your computer, but they are also linked to the cloud. So if you open a file inside your computer and make any changes, those changes are automatically saved to your cloud account. So this one, I think maybe we'll have another training for it. And then let's go to the next page where it says 5.0 review. All right, so under review, what I said when it started is that I only focused on two applications, the OneDrive for Business and SharePoint. But there are many other applications in there. We have calendars, we have Yammer, we have Task, we have People, Sway, Planner, and many others. These ones, you're not going to be using them right away. I don't know if you're going to plan another training for each one of them, maybe once you start using them. So just remember that when you go and use it, all these applications, they are all working. The only thing that is not working is the mail. You can't send and receive emails right now. We'll still be using the Gmail that we've been using for a while. So if you try to send an email, it won't go.
It's open.
On that though, with the email, are you saying that in like 4 months or something, we will transition into using
Most likely,
this?
yes. But for the time being, only Gmail.
You know, all the emails are coming here for the people.
Yeah, the emails are supposed to come here, but it won't be done. It won't be activated right now until later, maybe.
You know, look what I have.
You want?
Not yours.
Yeah, it's not me, it's other people. I opened Yammer, yeah? You know, I opened Yammer and I got all these emails.
Oh, those are not emails. Those are it's like Facebook. So those are people's posts. That's Yammer, and Yammer, everything else there works except for the email.
Okay, good.
Even Yammer, you can go right now to the office and start using it. Change the password that I gave you when you go back to the office.
Okay. You have to change, yeah?
Yes, and change it to your own private. You can click on this little circle here, and click on View Account, and then you can find a link there to change. You can click on Security, and then click on Reset Password, change password, because so that you have your own private password.
Go to the office. Get to the office, yes?
Yes, at the top you have that little circle there that has your username or your name. You can see right here. You see here it says the name that you see your name here.
Yeah.
Yes.
You click on that
Okay.
and then click on View Account.
Okay.
And then on the left, click on Security and Privacy. And then you can click on Password. Then it will give you a screen to change your password.
That's a 365, right?
Yes, that will be for your main account, 365 account. You can change the password there.
Can we change it now?
Yeah, you can do it right now.
All right, I missed all that. How did you get there?
You click on at the top right-hand corner. You will see your name and the little picture there.
My accounts.
You click, yes, you click on it, and then you go to, you click on View Account or My Account, and then you click on Security and Privacy. You can also click on Personal Information and update your information there.
So I have to redo what I had before.
Okay.
Can I change it to new one?
Yes, that's why. Yeah, you
Not
need
the
to.
same one I am using before.
No, you have to change it to a new one.
The new one.
Yes.
Not the one I'm
Not
using.
to
No,
use
no,
my
that one I changed it.
Okay.
So you have to use that Welcome 2017 as the old password,
Yeah, then change
and then put a new one.
the new one, not the one I used to use.
No, you can use the same old one if you want.
Peter taught it to me and I used it all the time. Too bad. Gives you numbers, letters, and symbols.
Are you ready, change?
Okay. All right. So that's the end of the training for that class. Any questions? Anybody with a question? Huh? You have so many questions? Okay. Yeah, you can. What I'll do is that I've recorded this presentation. I'll put it on the shared drive. People can go back and look at it. I'll also put a lot of documentation from the internet and other sources. I'll put the book and then you can also come and ask me if you have a question in the office. All right, so I'm going to log out. Click on your username there at the top. Click on sign out.